Hi, welcome back. So this is the fourth video. If you haven't watched videos number 1, 2, and 3, please go watch those first. I hope you heeded my warning in video episode. It's not like this is a Star Trek episode or anything like that. But in the first few videos, I want you to go ahead and follow this in order. And so, you can come back anytime that you want and review these videos, obviously. But I recommend you see these in order because it'll kind of make some sense doing that. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and end the tape now and go back and watch videos 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. Goodbye. And if you're still around, hi. So this is going to be the video that's going to be dealing with content. Okay, and the content is sort of the content screen that we talk about, and then it's also going to be talking a little bit about some of the course home stuff. If you've been taking online classes, 9 times out of 10, you kind of know a little bit about some of this. But I want to go over some of the items that are in here because there's definitely some things that I think are very important. So the first thing that you're going to go to is you're going to have the faculty bio. You can download this so you'll learn a little bit more about me. The picture's a little out of date. Yes, I know. It's the picture I took when I left the military. It's when I was my thinnest and, in my opinion, my best looking. But I would say that it's definitely the bio. Just if you want to understand how I tick, it's probably a good place to start. Frequent conversations with me also doesn't hurt. Follow me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile would be Kevin Matthews. It would be Kevin S. Matthews, CPA, PHR, and you can find it. I'm located in Washington, D.C. I've never said no to anybody who wanted to be on my LinkedIn. I think I'm up to about 1,700 contacts at this point, and I find it to be very valuable because guess what, guys? I tend to link with a lot of recruiters, and so if you link with my LinkedIn page and you find a recruiter that's on there that's kind of recruiting from the industry that you want to work in, well, guess what? That can actually be very helpful for you too. So then we also went through the syllabus. We talked about that in the second video. So we'll go ahead and, I'm going to skip most of that. And of course the schedule we talked about in the third video, so we're going to skip most of that. I don't want to berate, not berate, but I don't want to, retread over some stuff that we've already come to. Now the late policy. All right. So, here's my late policy. I actually have a little history about me that's not anywhere else. I actually did some time in Army ROTC. I was getting ready to, I was going to Catholic school, needed a way to pay for it, and of course the Army offered free scholarships, and so I said, I'll take ROTC, see if it works out for me. It didn't work out for me for a variety of reasons. Ended up joining the Navy afterwards anyways. As far as I'm concerned, go Navy. It actually ended up working out pretty well for me. But here's the thing that I learned, and there were a few things that I learned from there, but one of the things that I learned is, the only difference between an excuse and a reason is that the reason is informed before the fact. Okay, contact me ahead of time. I am probably, if you've ever taken one of my classes, I'm probably one of the easiest going people when it comes to handing stuff in beyond a schedule. But I find it very frustrating when you come back and you want to do it. And I always kind of make the joke in the class that the most dangerous time for grandmothers and the elderly and our family members always seems to happen right around final week. And I say it as a joke, and sometimes some people, I always get some chuckles in the class. But I get these long, elaborate emails about, my grandmother's in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I don't need to know. Just tell me, hey, I can't make it. Be straight with me. I'll make a deal with you. I won't make you come up with an elaborate story if you just, if you don't have to tell it to me. Just tell me what you need, and we'll find a way to work it around. Now, obviously we have limits. The school has certain limits that I have to adhere to. There's certain policies that I have to adhere to. If you don't, if you think that policies are just meant to be broken you're probably not ready for HR, because that's kind of what we all do. We develop policies, but you need to keep me informed. And if you keep me informed by, if you send me an email at 10 o'clock the day before it's due, 10 o'clock at night the day before it's due, that's probably not as much of a serious issue as you would think. I've had people. I had one person in my class who was a member of FEMA during this last hurricane that went through. He called me up and said, "Hey, Prof, I got bad news. I ain't gonna make any of my assignments for the next 3 weeks because I'm running down to Houston to go save the world." I said, "Go. Okay, we will figure out what to do later on." Now, we ended up coming to a resolution, and he was okay with it, and so everything worked out. Pretty flexible kind of guy. I just, look. Let me tell you a little bit more about me. That's why it informs me of this. My first college that I went to was a community college. I didn't do very well in high school, and so I went to a community college. But the community college was extremely flexible to my working schedule, because without that, there are certain days I would never be able to turn in something on time. But I had to keep my professors informed. You keep me informed, it makes everybody's life better. You don't tell me until the last minute, now I'm kind of like, okay, now what? Okay? I think I beat that dead horse. All right, so there's a link in here that has a whole lot of, there's a link in here called Learn to Use APA, and there's a whole bunch of websites and pages and PDF documents and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to tell you the best place to go is Purdue OWL. Look, I'm getting my doctorate degree. I'm still working on my dissertation. I've had a few hang-ups that prevented me from getting it done as fast as I would have liked to have. There's not a day that goes by that I'm writing my dissertation. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I do that? I've got this weird type of source. How am I going to cite it? Purdue OWL is fantastic, and if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. Getting back to Purdue OWL, so I would go ahead and I would use it. All right. If you have any questions, reach out to me. It'd be fantastic, and I'll work to help you resolve any of those issues. All right. Other than this, there's pretty much a lot of the, the week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which we talked about in the third video, so I'm not going to bore that here. Course resources. Really, what we want to talk, course resources. There's a whole lot of really good chalked up stuff in here. I would probably go through this and make sure that you understand it. Look. The grading here is not mysterious. I don't make it up by pulling it out of, this water glass or out of this lamp or whatever. We do the grading based on a systematic process of the rubrics. And so if you follow what's in the rubrics, you can be fine. I have people who stress out about grades. Go ahead and talk to anybody who's taken one of my classes and ask them if I'm a meanie when it comes to grades. Usually I'm not. But I'm fair. Okay? As long as you do the work, you're going to do fine. And as long as you follow what's in the rubrics, you're going to do fine. So make sure that you're doing that. Okay? One of the other things we talked a little bit about this in the I think it was the third video. No, I'm sorry, the second video where we talked about academic integrity. Look, guys, if you have no academic integrity, you should not be in human resources to begin with. People have to trust you. And if they can't trust you, you're not going to be successful. You're not. I can teach you all the skills that you need to be successful in human resources. Believe me, I can teach every class that they offer here. I've either touched it or I've done it in my lifetime. Okay, but I can't teach you to be ethical. If you don't have integrity, you're not going to make it. Trust me. You might as well save everybody a whole bunch of time and just continue being a worker bee and continue doing what you do in your life and go back to it. But you need to have integrity above all else. Society for Human Resource Management, this is where I kind of do my plug. No, I do not get compensated by the Society of Human Resource Management. They do not. The only connection that I have is that I have been an active, wonderful member of SHRM for years. I would give them a lot of serious thought to joining. And here's the thing: yeah, they're going to make you join at the national level. The good news is most of the time your company will pay for it. I do with my employees, so that's kind of one of the benefits that we do. But at the very least, join your local SHRM. I mean, here in the Northern Virginia area, we have what's Nova SHRM. They have Montgomery County SHRM. They offer great student discounts. I think the student rate for Society of Human Resource Management used to be $20 a year. That's phenomenal. I mean, I cut the checks in my company because I actually own the company, so obviously I have to pay for my own stuff, my own. I think mine was like $220 the last time I cut it. So trust me, $20 a year is a very good deal, and run with it as far as you can. So you get all the same benefits I do, other than some of the voting I get to do that you don't get to do because you don't pay the full price. So go ahead and do that. Montgomery County SHRM has a really good student rate. Nova SHRM, I think, does. I haven't actually gotten out there quite yet. I was more involved with Montgomery SHRM before I moved out here to Virginia. And then DC SHRM, there's a DC SHRM office that's really good. I would recommend being involved. Actually, they were the ones who helped me write my first resume after I got out of the military. And absolutely wonderful people. They've got a great group out there. Time management resources, critical thinking, and some other things that are going to be very, very useful for you. All right. And I think, let's see, requirements for writing, participation grade, German toolbox. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. Thanks for listening to this video. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you over the semester, and thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email address is, if you go to the course home, you will see in the Welcome to HRM 395 message that was posted this all the way back in December. It feels like it was forever ago, but nothing's changed. It's still relevant, and I do check my email frequently. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.